Welcome to eFORMz. In this video, we will be going over how to load data and variables into eFORMz. In this video, we will extract data from an XML file. XML is the preferred data type for eFORMz, although the program is capable of handling other forms of data and files such as text, ZPL, JSON, and others. When you open eFORMz Composer, your screen will open with no data or variables. The first step is to load data and variables in order to create a new project. To create a new project, click on File. From the drop-down menu, select New Project, or click on the yellow star icon with the green plus sign. In the top left corner of the project window, you will see the project icon. The project icon resembles a brown printer. The first step for adding in data is to right-click on the project icon and click Add Page from the drop-down menu. After doing this pop-up window will appear on your screen. In this window, simply select OK. In the future, you may want to enter a specific number of lines per page or change other settings. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will use default settings and presets. After clicking OK, the project icon on the top left corner of the project window should appear with a small drop-down icon titled Page. Next, right-click on the Page 1 icon. From the drop-down menu, you will see several options. Select Add a Form. Another pop-up window will be displayed. Select OK. Beneath the project icon, you should now see two small icons. Branching off from page 1, there will be an icon named Blank. Right-click on the blank icon. After doing so, you will see a long drop-down menu. To start the process of adding in data, select Display Form and Data from the options. This pop-up window will appear. For the purpose of our tutorial, we will be importing data from a file. The Test Data option allows you to enter a value for each variable on the form and can be helpful for seeing how the form is laid out or for troubleshooting issues. However, this tutorial centers around importing data from a file, so select the From File option and click OK. This pop-up window will appear on your screen. The Data File window is used to navigate to where data is stored within your system or on your PC. The Home icon takes you to a list of file locations within your computer. The Files icon creates a new file within the window for organizing and storing data files. Navigate through the files to find where the data you want to import is stored. You can specify where you want to search for files by using the Look In drop-down menu at the top of the window. At the bottom of the window, you can also search for files by entering the file name or by changing the file type from the drop-down menu. I have selected XML file in order to better locate the data that I want to open. Once you have selected the correct file containing the desired data, click Open. The data points will automatically be scraped from the file and displayed in the data viewer. The next step will be to add variables, which will then appear in the Variables Viewer window in the bottom left corner of the screen. At this time, we have simply loaded the data file into the program, but we have not collected variables to appear on the shipping label or form. To add variables, begin by clicking on the variable, which will make the line turn blue. Once you have selected a variable, right-click on it. You will see several options in a drop-down menu. Select Add Variable. A pop-up window will open. Select OK. The variable will then appear in the Variables Viewer window in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. The data from this variable is now available for use and can be configured to appear on the shipping label or document. Add more variables as desired. Each new variable will appear as a list in the Variables Viewer panel. The next step is to have the data from each variable appear on the form so that it can be formatted into a label or used to create some other document. After completing these steps, the project window in the top left corner of the screen will have changed. The variables that you have added will appear listed beneath the blank page icon. In order to format the variables on the shipping label, we will need to create the basic structure of the label by adding the document components. To do so, right-click on the blank icon. From the drop-down menu, hover over Add Document Component. Then select Add Table. In the pop-up window, select OK. The project window will then appear with the table listed beneath the document template icon. Right-click on the table icon. From the drop-down menu, select Add Row. In the pop-up window, select OK. Right-click on the row icon from the drop-down menu and select Add Cell. Features such as cell width, alignment, and background color can be edited and changed at any time. Accept the default settings by selecting OK. A cell icon will then appear beneath the row icon. Right-click on the cell icon. From the drop-down menu, again, hover over Add Document Component. Select Paragraph. Select OK. Beneath the cell icon, there will now appear another icon representing Paragraph. Right-click on the Paragraph icon. From the drop-down menu, hover over the Add Text option and look at the options. In order to add a variable, you will either select Text Variable or Variable Value. If you select Text Variable, you will be presented with this pop-up window. In it, you can type text to appear on your label. After clicking OK, you will see the text that you entered into the Form Viewer panel of the screen. The Form Viewer displays the label or document that is to be printed. You can adjust where text or variables are on the form by using the arrows at the bottom of the screen. You will view and edit the appearance of your shipping label by adding, editing, and changing components and variables in the project window. The project window will now appear like this, with content branching off from the paragraph icon. The general layout for entering in data and formatting information in eFORMz is to create a table and then a row within that table. The row will then have several cells branching off of it. Each time a new cell is added to a row, the length of the row is divided evenly between the number of cells. Users frequently change the cell width in order to make some cells smaller or larger than others. In order to do this, simply right-click on the cell icon and hover over Edit. Then select General. The following screen will appear. From the Cell Width drop-down menu, change the settings from Automatic to Fixed. You can enter a number into the now accessible cell width text box. Entering the number 720 represents an inch. This will reduce the width of the cell to this length. In order to view the variables that we have entered from data on the label itself, you will need to add another cell. To do so, again right-click on the row and select Add Cell. Adding more than one cell on a row allows users to format multiple data variables on the same line. Select OK to the default settings. The project window will now appear as seen. This shows that there are now two cells within the row that we have created. In order to view the variables that we gather from the XML file uploaded, we will follow virtually the same steps for entering a text variable. Right-click on cell. The same drop-down menu will appear. From the drop-down menu, hover over Add Document Component. Then select Paragraph. Select OK when prompted with default settings. Right-click on the paragraph icon that was just created. Hover over Add Text. Select Variable Value from the menu. The resulting window will open. Next to the Variable field, there is a drop-down menu. After expanding it, you will see a list of variables that you have added to the Variables viewer from the Data viewer. Select a variable to add to the cell. Then click OK. The variable will then appear on the screen alongside the text variable that you created earlier. These variables can be moved around the screen using the arrow buttons. To recap, in order to add other variables and additional information and features into eFORMz, follow the general steps of creating a blank page, loading in data, then adding in variables. From here, create a table, and in that table, create rows with cells. Each cell should have a paragraph or table in it that contains content. To make content such as data variables appear, right-click on a cell and add paragraph. Then add content to the paragraph in the form of a variable. eFORMz breaks documents into rows and cells for easy formatting. In order to add variables to appear in other areas of the table, simply right-click on Table, add another row, and follow the steps to create cells with content in them. Following these steps, you can create simple, easy-to-use shipping labels with information displayed in a clean, structured format. Information on Minisoft products and software capabilities can also be found on Minisoft's wiki page at www.minisoft.com/support. For additional help or support, please contact Minisoft at 800-682-0200 or at support@minisoft.com.